The only true thing is just to make it easy now when he speaks afterwards, but it's not that easy. So to speak about how he follows his own script. My favorite story about him was during Manifesto. We had a fantastic cast. One Australian actor, one American, many Yugoslavs, and few fantastic British actors. So Yugoslavs knew him quite well, so they were kind of Šarbeđija, Tverković, and the others. But British actors were quite script-oriented and very strict. So there was one scene when Alfred Molina, who plays Avanti in Manifesto, was chasing him for hours before shooting the scene, having a script in his hands, and just telling him, Mr. Makavejev, I have to talk to you. And he was avoiding him, looking for who knows what, talking to Pinter and so on. So Molina was very patient and just going after him, having his scene in hands with open script. And then finally he showed him, saying, I have a problem with this dialogue. Could you please tell me, is it okay if I do it this way? And then Dušan looked at him and he said, no, what are you showing to me? He said, that this is the script. So I should not say the dirty words. But he said, fuck the script.
Fuck the script. Molina was
that serious. He said, but you wrote the script. He said, fuck the script, right? You have to know that we are doing the film here. It has nothing to do with the script. So that's how easy it was to work with him.
But main thing was that like any actor who brings some good lines, gets these lines happening. And some actors would understand. They said, look, but I also know I have a great song that I can sing. To have a place for it. So you listen to the song, and if there is a good place for it, you would put it somewhere in the film. And so that's how you manage to save a lot of money. Because people the people are talented. You just have to make a good selection of people, and then they will all improve the script if they manage not to behave with the script with great respect. Because the script is something on paper, and it does not help much to do a good script if you do it like with due respect. You have to have feeling of what camera likes. So this is something that is like it's like an animal feeling. You know how when you drive, or, you have horses or something, the animals feel the driver. And real good actors, they know how to feel the director and the cinematographer. Same with the set designers. So the basic thing is just to find like these guys who would come with not only that, but these guys, when we got them to collect these dead rats, and they came with these white shirts and they collected them, and so that was our end of our shooting. But some of them comes and says, whenever we finish the job, we make a picture. I said, oh great, so we got the photographer from our crew, and then we got this last part of this scene. It was like proposed by them, because when they got all these rats on one place, they like to be nearby and shake hands with each other. So that's like they even helped me have a scene longer and nicer. So that's what was happening all the time. So this cherry strudel was quite a nice event. And what else? Yeah. Now what happens during the cherry strudel? Because I needed a cat. And this cat was not very easy to deal with. And, but we got this black cat, and black cat we kept around until the moment when we would need to do this black cat scene. So when she was doing this cherry strudel, the cat would like move around. So we managed, cinematographer discovered that, so he used the pauses between me talking to actors, and he would like follow the cat. So we had in a few places, you have the scene with cherries are prepared, the strudel is prepared, but the cat is like moving around. So it creates incredibly domestic atmosphere. it helped a lot later, because what I was unaware is that cats hate human bodies and humans. So when my intelligent idea, I bought it. I thought it would be a fantastic idea, 2 naked bodies, white bodies, and a black cat. And cat was absolutely, totally going crazy. Cat was just scratching them, and cat was totally indisciplined and not allowed to be put between 2 white bodies as a black creature.
Cat was saying, fuck this.
Maybe rats became better, but I needed a cat because my idea was about a cat. So this finally we decided, we got actors who were ready to undress completely and do the scene, 2 of them, nothing. So finally, what shall we do? I dropped the man, but the cat would even not behave just with the naked woman also. So I said, okay, so let's get naked actors to lie on her back. And we'll put like some milk on her back and the cat to take this milk and somehow connect the cat and the actors. Cat came, drank the milk, spilled the milk, and then went away. And so it was quite, we did a lot of exercises. What I did not know at the end, finally we got cat disciplined, actually after they sipped some bottles of cognac or something, they got cat drunk. And it was not even the first cat, there was like 3 cats ran away. It was the first 4th black cat who accepted to walk on the naked woman because the cat was already drunk. And then we also rubbed some sausage on her back, so that the cat can move like smelling the sausage going through her back. So this was this panoramic shot that I was very proud of. It was a great success in Cannes Festival. and then we got also the cat sitting on her back. That was also a great success. So it went also on the poster. And at the Cannes Festival, it was so successful. It was a Critics' Week. It was not the official program. It was midnight Critics' Week program. But there was a woman who was running the most important, powerful parfumeria, how do you call it? Perfume shop on the Riviera in Cannes. So it was very big, and she was visited by all kind of actresses and everything. So she asked us for this big reclam, public, we had it on the Yugoslavian, how do you call it? Stand. Yugoslavian stand has this kind of 5-meter portrait with a naked woman with a cat. But then after the screening, official screening, it moved to the center of town in the big perfume shop. So it was a great success for us, like kind of human success. Of course, it was our gift to the shop. But look, obviously what happened during the shooting, lucky moments come to you if you are relaxed enough to follow what camera likes, or what actors feel good about, or what the sunshine needs sometimes. Sometimes you get a light from some side, sunlight, and then you have to move the whole scene so that you use it in the best way. So the main thing was basically just being accustomed to what you do in a feature film, what you already knew very well from documentary shoot. Documentary shoot, when you want to shoot something and it always goes wrong, but something else gets well and then you get the material. So it's just like you should be as free as possible when you do a feature film. Nothing else.
Before I ask you if you have any questions, I would just like to add something to what Ms. Bojana said. She was talking before about film Manifesto from '88. And again, I would like to remind and invite you to also see not only the super famous films by Mr. Makavejev, but also the films he made later on in his career. They usually tend to get neglected, but they're equally interesting and good. And Manifesto, for example, is a brilliant example of a film that was completely misunderstood in '88, but seen today, it all of a sudden gains a lot of new qualities. So don't miss also these later works. But now I think that...
Yeah, even the film was about the country that was falling apart.
At the time when the country was...
At that time, our country was totally solid. And in the meantime, we have like 7 countries instead of 1. And we didn't really plan it. That was something that almost like, you do something and then suddenly the history kind of comes in, runs in, and improves the film, makes the film contemporary, more contemporary.
So, any questions from you? Anybody?
What kind of questions are allowed?
You should break the ice, Olaf, and ask the first question.
I have not answers, but not questions.
There's a question in the third row. You could also ask answers, not questions.
I have a question about the movie, Sweet Movie. You included some documentary material about the massacre in Katyn, and we were wondering where you got that material from, because the movie was shot in '74, and for Russia that definitely wasn't something that they wanted to have revealed.
Yeah, they accepted, they confessed only for 14 years later. I think it was like 14 years before they confessed, because it officially until then it was like a German crime. I got it from collection of Wochenschau, German Wochenschau that I've seen as a kid during the war in Belgrade. So I saw it as a kid, and it was a very big sensational event. And that was the first time, all the German newsreels during the occupation, they were very propaganda, very classical about promoting some kind of nice things or just very positive. And it was first time that suddenly there was a newsreel full of something horrible. So it was very, very strange. And what also I remembered, and later when I watched it, when I was preparing the film, I knew that that was the material that I remembered. I wanted to see it again. And I managed to, because we had some collaboration of the German TV in our film, professionally. So and it was in, I don't know, there's a place when German documentary stuff is kept somewhere in Germany. And I went there and I found this sequence. And I just wanted to see this sequence myself. And then I used it, then I discovered a place in the film where to use it. Because I thought that this material was so important, historically, in the history of cinema. You never had any dead people being shown with some kind of theatrical pleasure of the people who would do the show. Because it was not like just looking at the dead bodies. It was looking at dead bodies and showing these corpses to camera and to some viewers. And because it was a Goebbels operation, just to do something bad for Soviet Russia. So it was obviously very embarrassing for Stalin and for them. And at the end of the Nuremberg process against when most of them got hanged, the Goebbels, and Goebbels was already dead, but Goering and all these great guys were all hanged.